Thank you for listening to the BJJ Brick Podcast. We'll be bringing you Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and good times. We hope to flatten your Jiu-Jitsu learning curve, help you get the most out of your grappling ability, and meet your goals both on and off the mat.
Welcome back, my friends, to the BJJ Brick Podcast. This is another special episode coming to you day of ADCC, now the night. This is Byron. I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Rebecca Jabara, my wife.
That's very official.
Yeah, Becky. She goes by Becky.
Whatever. Day two.
Day two.
The end, the results.
And so far we have stellar reviews with your appearance on the first episode.
Just one comment. It does not mean a stellar review, but that's very kind.
Joe thought he did great, too.
Well, he's very encouraging.
Some comments online as well.
You must not listen to the whole thing or something.
So we got a little bit of work to do here before we call it a night.
Okay, yeah, we're going to talk to you guys about the results of some of the matches, the super fight, the absolute, and we have some issues.
Well,
we have some issues. We have issues, but that's not what we're going to. We have some. What's the right word for that?
Some other topics to bring up.
Yeah, we have some other topics. We want to tell you about some upcoming stars, people to look out for, and then our favorite of the night.
Yep.
So, but Byron, I would like to get something out first.
Let's do it.
Okay, I want to talk about the women.
Okay.
The women's division, not just women in general. So, I'm unhappy.
Oh.
I'm unhappy.
So here's the happy wife, happy life.
Right.
I'm in trouble already.
I am unhappy with how this was done. Okay, for a few different reasons. Okay. And I'm unhappy because I think in general, what this did for the women's jiu-jitsu wasn't like it was great for them.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's only 2 divisions.
Say what?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, how many divisions are there of men? I'm curious.
Is there 5? It seems.
Well,
like 5.
now that I put you on the spot,
I'll run through. You keep going.
Yes. Okay, I'll distract him while you're looking. So there's above 60 kilos and below 60
5
kilos.
Indeed.
There are 5, and there's 2 for women. And you know what 60 kilos is for you folks, us folks in the U.S.? That's 132 pounds. That's it. So if you're above that, I mean, I know that there's less women doing jiu-jitsu, so I get that, and I could see the argument, but there's only 2, and they only had a total of, there was 8 competitors.
Yeah.
So they had 1 match yesterday.
So the men, if they won, they would have the first and second match yesterday, and
right.
then have 2 today in theory if they could do it. So yeah, because we were wondering, like, hey, where's the second round of the women? Oh yeah, they started with only 8 instead of 16.
Yeah, they don't have enough. So, and then of course the issue of so if you win your division, you get $10,000, but if you're the women, you get $6,000. And I see the argument. You're not fighting as many rounds, so I understand that. But let's get. There's not enough women to be participating in this. I would like to see more division and let more women in. So they have more rounds.
I wonder how many women there are in the. So if you're 135 pounds, it's a simple answer. You go down below. But if you're 150 or 160,
yeah.
How many of those women just like, no thanks? I know how this is going to turn out. It's going to be your new friend Gabby Garcia.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm not. There's no way I could ever make it to that level, but that's what I would be looking at because I'm 150. I would be screwed.
Yeah.
Because, by the way, Gabby is 6'2" and 235 pounds.
That's what we looked up online.
We looked it up online. Okay,
right
today or what she weighed in at, I don't know. But that's what said online. And the lady that she fought for her final was 175. Yeah. So, and Karina Santi from Brazil, she was representing Brazil. She did good, but she got smashed the whole time.
Yeah.
And
so simply by adding another division, they might get a much deeper talent pool because it might have women who are on the fence about, you know what's going to happen is, at best, I'll end up against Gabby in the finals. Maybe the first round, that's the best, and probably drop lose that round. So, but if they made a division that was like, I don't know, 125 all the way up to 180 or something.
Yeah, I don't know. And I know she is more of an extreme. We can't make her own division.
Yeah,
there wouldn't be that many people. But 2 divisions, I don't like that.
Yeah.
And so then we watched the under 60 kilos. Those 2 girls face off, and that was Bianca Basilio representing Brazil, and then I don't know how to say her first name, Fiona Davies from Great Britain. And that was some quick jiu-jitsu going on there. It was a quick match. And then this is where I'm unhappy again, and I'm one of those people that root for, regardless of how they do on the mat, I want the best man or woman to win, So I'm very judgy when it comes to their sportsmanship.
So you say best person to win, not necessarily say athlete. Sometimes you root for underdogs.
I do,
Sometimes
most of the time,
okay.
yeah.
But you're just saying for the person that's
Well,
best
I look for someone who's the nicest person. Okay, and so Bianca did this leg lock, or was it? Yeah. On Davies, and she got her. She was trying to roll out and was tapping on the mat because that's all she could tap on.
Man.
And so, I don't blame her for continuing to keep prying on it, until the ref stopped it. But of course, that wasn't soon enough for her not to be in some severe pain, and she injured her.
Yeah, she was limping.
At the very end, several hours later, because this was a long day, by the way. Several hours later, she's got it wrapped up, and people are. I mean, she was carried off the mat too. Okay, and then still today, at the end, people were carrying her around basically, and Bianca. And I know she was excited because she won, but she never once went over there, like to shake her hand or to check on her. And maybe that bugged the heck out of me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was unhappy. Anyway, that happened. Let's move on.
Let's run a quick result. So you kind of covered the women's results.
I did.
There. Let's just run by the men here. The over 99 weight class. Duarte.
This is the biggest weight class.
Yeah, this is he won. Interesting in that I'm already subcategory. He won that, and then we'll talk about him later. He lost to Lachlan Giles.
Wait,
in the absolute.
Yeah, that one they have to wait for that.
Okay, but it's fascinating. He beat Bruchecha, and then he ended up beating Nick Rodriguez, and then he goes up against somebody in the second lightest weight class.
Yeah.
And so under 99 kilos would be Gordon Ryan.
Won
via rear naked choke. Gordon Ryan, I think submitted everybody in his weight class, everybody in the absolute except for the final.
He got a submission on all those.
Yeah. And I talked to him after, because you watch so many matches of jiu-jitsu over the weekend. I got a chance to talk to Gordon Ryan, and I asked him. I interviewed him. Then after the interview, hey, by the way, once you got someone's back, I don't believe you ever lost it. He says that's correct. Once he got the back, nobody escaped his back control. Which
wow,
was pretty impressive.
Yeah,
it was basically a death sentence. Under 88 would be Mateus Dents. Very impressive performance, beating both Josh Hinger and then ending up beating Craig Jones. Under 77 would be JT Torres. He beat Gary Tonin and Wagner Rocha for the gold. And let's see. Yeah, he ended up getting like a back take, which is worth 3 points in the gold medal match against Wagner. Under 66, the lightest weight class, Augusto Mendez won gold. He was very excited. He has a pregnant wife. He was excited to talk about and share this victory with her.
Yeah.
He beat Kennedy, Marcel, and so
that was a cool match.
Yeah, Cobrini Jr.
That was maybe
22 years old. Yeah.
22. He looked young. Yeah. That was fun to watch. That was probably maybe the most fun final.
Oh, the final match? Okay.
And most enjoyable match, I think, to watch.
So, real quick, I want to mention, since we just got done talking about some names, I got a few interviews. We're not airing them here.
Ooh.
I got to edit them, and so the plan, and we'll see how they turned out. For sure, they're gonna be on YouTube. You go to the BJJ Brick YouTube page and follow that because I'll be up. But
I'm excited that you interviewed the rash guard coach, John Danaher.
Oh, you got it, yeah.
Okay, by the way, yesterday, as soon as we stopped recording, you're like, you basically mocked one of the most influential coaches.
Yes.
First of all, what did I say that was untrue? Does he not wear a rash guard and a fanny pack, and was he not barefoot?
There you go.
Okay. Also, I was complimentary, and I couldn't remember his name. There we go. Okay, so I'm glad that,
yeah.
I am glad that you got to interview him. He seems like a very, like I said, interesting guy.
So I got to interview 2 coaches.
Yeah. Who was the other coach?
A guy named Marcelo Garcia.
Oh, do tell.
Well, I just kind of walked up to him. Hey, I want to ask a couple of quick questions. And he's like, "Oh, the BJJ Brick guy."
He said that.
No, he didn't.
Oh.
He did
Good
not.
story.
But he's such a nice guy, and I was able to get a few minutes of his time and record a few questions about that. And when that does come around, when I get that up on YouTube, which may be soon or maybe a few days, we're kind of also going on a 2-day vacation here after this, so I don't know if we'll get to do it before. But he did talk about he wants to get back on the mat.
Yes.
Once his family life, once he gets kind of
How
in a
old
spot
is
where
he,
he's
do you know?
able to train full time.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he's very encouraged.
And you told me he had won the absolute in 2006, right?
I don't remember the year for sure, but yeah, that was his kind of.
Wait,
breakthrough.
aren't they
What in the
odd
world?
years?
Yeah, you would think. So maybe.
Maybe not
Yeah.
2000.
Anyway, I also interviewed Ty. I'm going to say his last name wrong. I don't even have it written down. It starts with R.
Not ready. We're not ready. Rotolo?
Rotolo. Yeah, that's probably close enough. He is 16.
He's 16.
Training.
We saw him in the elevator, so we were referring to him as Elevator Kid.
Yeah, and I talked to him in the morning before the match, and I said, "Hey man, it's like the elevator," and he's, "Oh yeah, I remember." And then
You remembered?
And then,
what? Oh, you took his picture.
Yeah, I took him and Augusto Mendez's picture together. I was like, "Hey,
yeah,
because
they were gonna
division, super friendly guys
Yeah.
to each other, like very sportsmanlike." And so I talked to him before his match, and then after his match, he had a crazy match with Kennedy Marcel.
Yeah,
and then,
that was fun to
And then
watch.
he had so they have a 3rd place match, and he had Paulo Miao, which is like kind of a dead end. Also, it's super hard to beat somebody like that.
No,
You
okay,
can't pass
that's
his
my.
guard.
I thought the judges and the referees did a good job, except that one fight. I was unhappy with how they scored that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
That's the
how
only
that
one
went
I
down.
complained. Okay, because Paulo, they gave him 2 points, but took away one on
yeah.
the same exchange or movement.
The -1 for the guard pull ended several times, resulting in 2 people not being able to actually start doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Like, I can't pull guard. And so Paulo got in a situation where he needed to get to his guard, so you do like a kind of a shot or try to attempt to take down, and it fails, and then you end up on kind of sprawled, and you kind of recover guard. That's not a guard pull. That's an attempt to take down with you on the bottom. So,
I didn't like how they gave him anyway.
yeah, it was weird.
Yeah,
But-
that was
but he
disappointing.
had-
To me, that was a heartbreaker because everyone in the stands where we were around, we were all rooting for that kid.
He had Meow's leg locked out in a knee bar.
Yes.
And he was, and I'm like, this looks bad. So I don't know if he's ever been tapped in competition. And I don't think he's ever been tapped with a leg lock. And he's been some nasty leg locks. And that was on the list of one of the worst. And I asked Ty during the interview, how the leg lock feel. He said, his leg popped like 4 times.
Oh my!
And afterwards,
Wait, whose leg lock?
Paulo Miao's.
Popped. Oh, it popped.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
I
asked,
see.
so I didn't talk to Paulo, but I saw him sitting on the mats afterwards in the warm up area with ice on his knee, and he was nursing that. So
yeah,
hopefully
he
he's
seems
doing
like
okay.
somebody who would never tap until it breaks or something.
Yeah, he might have damaged his knee, but
Yikes!
a lot of heart. Anyway, running through the list of interviews. So Ty is on there. A guy named Gary. Tonin. Happy.
Oh, Tonin.
Not our local Gary on the show here.
Yeah.
Gordon.
Ryan.
and Nick Rodriguez.
Nick Rodriguez, yes.
Who just today got his purple belt on stage.
Yeah, just got his
podium.
purple belt.
So he had a breakout performance as well. So the two people who I had never really had much of radar would be the Nick Rodriguez and Ty Rotolo, and I'm just impressed by those two guys. Talking to Ty during the interview, I was like, "What's next?" And he goes, "Well, in a week, I'm teaching a anti-bullying class." I'm like, "That's awesome!" The 16-year-old guy.
Yeah.
So it just shows the character behind that young man. And kind of who he's going to be for the sport, I hope.
Well, I saw him talking with a lot of people. He seemed like a great kid.
nice kid. A lot of smiles, and yeah. So we did a little recap, and let's talk about the super fight.
Okay, let's move on to the super fight. Very anticipated, and very boring.
So I wouldn't have called it boring, but I could see how somebody would say that.
Okay, other than the last minute, would you call it boring?
No.
Okay, for the anticipation that was built,
Yeah.
I was bored.
Yeah. Andre did push
disappointed.
the pace.
Well, not disappointed.
It looked like Pena did not get his game going. Like, he played a lot of guard, but he didn't actually. He played a lot of defensive, not get past, not get.
Yes, that's what I got bored by.
Didn't initiate a lot of attacks. He tried a couple of things like getting, attacking legs and stuff like that, but it never really got close.
Well, one thing that it wasn't boring at that point, so it went into overtime.
Yeah,
and which we should have said. So these have been 10-minute rounds, and then if there's no points, then it goes to overtime by 5 minutes. Well, in the finals, it moved to a 20-minute round, and the overtime is 10 minutes. And so for the first 10 minutes, there's no points being awarded or deducted. So it stalled a lot of the finals out big time. Like, there was a great pace going yesterday and today, and then we got to the finals, and it was a huge slowdown. Even and including the super fight, and I don't think they didn't mean to slow. It was just these two, the way they were matched up.
They both wanted top.
Pena
had to eventually play a bottom.
Yes, and he didn't want to, and his guard was impressive. I mean, the guy, Andre was trying to pass it, and
he never really got.
He
close
could
to
not.
passing it.
No,
he
could.
scored via a takedown.
Correct. One, that was the only score, right?
I believe so.
And one of his.
We could be wrong on any of this information. We've only seen these once, and it was live. We haven't watched the replays right before.
And it was a long day. Okay, so we're sorry if we're wrong. But his takedown was into the table.
Okay, that brings up another topic.
Yeah, but we're not there yet.
Okay, we're not even there
but
yet.
Stay focused. So, into the table.
Yeah.
His back hit the table and maybe the chair. I don't know. But he was laying there for a little bit.
Yeah.
And appeared to be in pain, well, definitely was in pain. Because we saw a mark on his rib, by his ribs on the side after, and he was, kind of pointing to the ref. I think he wanted some, I don't know what he wanted, but...
Time ain't going to help that wound.
No. And I think that...
Not that much.
So we saw a mark, but I'm sure it was worse.
Yeah, it looked a little bit high. So your free-floating ribs, the lowest... couple are the ones that break more often. It looked like it was a little higher than that.
Yeah, thankfully.
It might have been, because your skin isn't necessarily glued to your ribs, so it could have broken or cracked some ribs. Maybe the information is that we haven't looked up anything online, so
no, but we don't know. But we saw the mark.
By it, but once it might have affected him more mentally, because once they got to rolling again and hitting into action, he did fine. As far as it didn't look like his ribs bothered him.
Yeah, it took maybe a minute or two, even that he was just like he was complaining about being hit or something. Like he was going to the ref and pointing stuff out. Like, you got to get your head back in the game.
Yeah. So, what were some things that you take away or you pull from this whole thing? Anything in particular?
From the super fight?
No, just from ADCC in general. So Andre Galvo won the super fight.
Yes, he did
by a takedown. Which was very exciting. Once you say that wasn't the most exciting fight, it was close because so you take him down, but you got to get good control. And Pena was fighting hard, and it was a struggle.
And I don't know if I mentioned, so it was Pena that had hit his back on the table. So
So that does create some action. One observation I have is a lot of times you get nearly taken down, and then so you need to get up. You perfectly clean double leg or single, like put them right on their butt, good takedown. But unless they get control, or you decide I'll go guard from here. If you go guard from here at his points, then you're obviously giving up the points to the takedown. But a lot of people, it's like, no way I'm giving up points because it's a big deal. And so they end up going, if it's too late to sprawl, so they end up kind of going to a turtle. And I saw a lot of back takes off of that strategy as far as, I got a turtle, I can't get these points. Well, now the
Pena never pulled into the turtle, I don't think.
No, I don't remember how that.
I don't think he did.
He was usually able to try to get back up to his feet.
Yeah.
Fight the takedown, but Andre was winning.
Those are two big guys.
Wrestling match.
Those were two pretty big guys.
Yeah.
Okay, I was shocked by. So they made the entrances, a lot more official when we got to this point, and Andre Galvo, I don't know how to say it right. I'll just call him Andre. Comes down, where people are clapping. Then he takes off his shirt, and there's like two basketballs on the side of his arms. Good grief, he was very muscular.
Yeah.
But Pena was taller.
Becky's just used to guys like me looking at me, and I got two golf balls in my arm.
Those have dimples.
So it was,
But
there's no weight class in that. It's just the
true.
Like,
so speaking of that, if he doesn't retire, then this guy's going to be fighting.
Mm-hmm. Gordon Ryan.
Yes.
For the super right. Gordon. So I did interview Gordon Ryan.
Yeah.
He said
he won the absolute.
He seemed skeptical that's going to happen.
He did.
He's retired during the interview. So this is 20 minutes, maybe 45 after they said that they were going to do the fight, because he looks like he's retired, and then they announced, we do know the fight's coming up. He's going to fight you in 2 years.
Well,
Gordon seems skeptical that would actually happen, just because he just didn't.
Well, how many years has he won now in a row? I forget. 4.
I don't remember.
He's won 4
that's 8 years,
of the super fights.
Yeah,
and then 2 priors he won his division.
Yeah, I guess.
That's impressive.
So Gordon Ryan he wants to do his weight class and then also do the super fight.
Oh yeah, he said that to the crowd. I got a question for you. Don't you want to see?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I don't know if they allow that.
He's trying to get it allowed.
I asked him, is that allowed? He goes, it's never been done before. Maybe they'll let it go. But if you have quick fights, they don't get exhausted.
So let's talk about the absolute.
Okay, we can sum up who won it, and then we can talk about the most interesting thing.
Well, okay, so we talked about who won it.
Yeah, Gordon. Okay, yeah, Gordon Ryan won it. He submitted everybody except in the finals. Bruchecha, he won by I think Bruchecha did he have a negative for stalling?
Yes.
Bruchecha was not. It again in the finals, absolute and the finals of super fight. No, it's not super fight. In the finals of the absolute, Bruchecha wasn't trying to pass his guard much. He was mainly trying to negate his guard, and maintain position of top.
And that fight was also pretty slow.
So I think he got a negative. I could be wrong. Like I said, we're not.
No,
notes here.
No, that's what I agree.
Okay.
But that was also a slow fight.
Yeah, it's not great to see the finals of the absolute come down to somebody winning 0 to -1.
There was all these exciting fights in the super fight.
Yeah.
I don't know.
In the absolute was. Really
I mean the absolutes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There was all these exciting ones, and then we saw the super fight. It was slow.
Yeah.
Mostly, so that slowed it down. And the absolute also slow.
Yeah.
The final one.
Not to critique. I mean, the matchup is tough.
Oh yeah. I mean that's why it's slow.
Both those guys had good, fun matches up until that point.
Yes.
And it's just
No, I don't blame them for it. It was just also they took away the music.
Yeah, that's one thing.
That's an issue.
So we have.
That's one of my
side issues.
Complaints. Because
what happens when you take away the music?
The annoying fans start to chant things that are obnoxious. That's what happens, and also it just doesn't seem as exciting.
Yeah, maybe so.
So there's been music playing the whole time, and then we get to the finals, and they turn it off.
Yeah.
And my first, well, where's the music? And you're like, well, that's what they do in Japan. Is that no?
No, it's just like it was for a while. It was pinpoint quiet, like a pin drop quiet. Like
Yes, it was
weird. And then a couple people said, "Hey, I could yell something funny or cute." And then
then
people would yell something funny or cute.
We had a little competition of who was so hilarious,
Yeah,
and then they were not funny.
Yeah, so here
There was a couple funny things though.
Yeah,
but not very many. Mostly it was obnoxious.
Yeah, but if
mostly-
they had music during that time, you wouldn't feel the urge. Not you, but people
Yeah,
wouldn't feel
what
the
made-
urge to just yell out something. You know.
Yeah, we're not in
Put 'em in
Japan
the
where
body
people are going to
bag
be
or something like that.
Yeah, we did hear that. We're not in
That's
Japan where we're going to be so.
Polite.
Yeah, that didn't happen here.
Yeah.
So anyway,
But so yeah, I think music would help fight that. But yet again, it's kind of nice to give the athletes the respect of a quiet arena. But that's not going to happen.
that didn't happen.
So what else was something topic wise besides no music in the Super
Okay, well,
Bowl
we
or the
didn't
finals?
and we kind of mentioned it yesterday. They were ending off of the mat a lot
Yeah.
onto the concrete or into the tables, and that hurt Pena today when he flew
Yeah.
into the table. I do not see how they don't have a little bit more foresight to, like, maybe, I don't know, put an extra piece of carpet around the cement floor.
So yeah, there's two dangers. There's the floor and there's the tables.
And then there's the tables that are right up next to it because, the judges need to be close. And that's not my complaint, but let's have a little padding or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's funny
just-
because it's just a stupid table. You could buy that same table at Walmart or on Amazon. And it's just a folding table for 6 people. Like, you could eat dinner on it, or you could referee a world-class jiu-jitsu match with it. And they put a tablecloth over it. And why couldn't that be? I've been thinking about it. Why couldn't that be a series of like foam blocks that are stacked and maybe a long piece
Or
of
just
foam
pad the
material?
corners or something.
Yeah,
at minimum.
that would be better. But they're still going to be landing on something that has like steel
True.
and hard plastic. But if they, professional athletes, serious athletes fighting for a prestigious title are going to be landing on this thing sometime.
Oh, who broke the tables? Or, the TV.
I don't remember that. Several
Tim
times.
Spriggs?
Yeah, and Muhammad Ali, I think they broke
That
the
was
TV.
a fun fight. That was during the
Tim was taking it
absolute.
to him.
Go, Tim. I was rooting for him. He's doing really good.
Quite a bit smaller.
But he did not, he didn't pull off the win. But that was a good fight.
Yeah.
And so I want to go back real quick to Absolute
Okay.
because there was some exciting things going on.
What
That
else?
was the most fun, I
So
think.
the most fun of the whole thing, it happened after the tournament's done, and so absolute time. Who wants me in absolute division? If you're a fighter, go sign up for it if you want to do it. So there's like a 45-minute to hour-long wait for that to happen.
Yeah.
To figure out the bracket. And I was in the back, and they were like, "Who else wants to do absolute? Does anybody else want?" They're looking for
any
names.
fighter report to the back. Yeah, they didn't
You
have
need
enough. I think.
Some people. Well, sometimes you have to qualify for it, but I think they were looking for a few more. Just like, even if you didn't qualify for it, they wanted to fill the bracket up, which is good because you had people who didn't do nearly as well.
Yes, enter Lachlan Giles.
He raised his hand, and I do want to talk to him. I didn't get a chance to yet. I've interviewed him in the past.
Okay, yes, you did.
Type in Lachlan Giles in the BJJ Brick
Do it.
website, and he'll pop right up.
Give it another listen.
But he raised his hand, said,
From
"You know what?
Australia.
Sign me up for this absolute thing."
Sign me up. Okay, and what is he in the smallest weight class?
I think the second to smallest.
Boy, he looked like he was in the
Under
smallest.
77. Yeah, he's not. I don't know. I only have the only thing I have was the 4 people who fought in each weight class, and he didn't make it the second day.
Yeah.
I don't know if he won his first match or lost his first match, but not what he's hoping to do
And
when he showed up to ADCC.
Right.
yesterday.
And it was him and his wife both entered the tournament.
Yeah.
But they both
They both had a rough first
did
day,
not
but
make
it second day.
to day 2, right?
But he bravely, as a smaller person who didn't do great the first day, raised his head and put his name in that hat.
Yes, he did.
And
he did 3.
he got an awful draw. I mean, there's no
Yeah,
way
yeah,
to say anything
yeah.
about it. His opening match was against the heavyweight winner, Duarte. So here you go. Take the technically, like, if you count
Yeah.
weight, the person who is the worst one that match up against the heaviest person that won gold, you get him first. And how long was that? A few minutes long, and he caught him in a heel hook.
Yeah, I don't remember how long it took.
Lachlan beat him, and so
People were so excited.
Yep, give him another one of those heavyweight guys again, and he caught him in another heel hook, and it kind of showed his game versus theirs, because those heavyweights don't play that style of game. They didn't plan for it, perhaps. Maybe his game is above, that far as how to attack the legs, but just super impressive. I don't think anybody left that arena and watched the Absolute Division and didn't become a Lachlan Giles fan.
I don't know how you couldn't.
The crowd was going nuts.
Yeah.
He tapped out Duarte and was like, there's no way that just happened. So I was going to say earlier, having the three masks at the same time, the Absolute Division was crazy.
Yeah.
It was like action.
Was it a heel hook?
Yeah, I believe so. I think they were all three heel hooks or imported heel hooks. I'm not 100% sure. But they were all leg attacks.
I think I said leg lock, but
That's fine.
Anyway.
It's a type of leg lock.
Okay.
It's like saying arm lock and not being specific if it's a Kimura or an armbar.
I could just be more vague and get it right. Cool, okay.
Joint lock. He got them all in joint lock.
No, I don't need to be that vague.
But so looking at his game, quick access to where he wants to be. He pulls guard, and he's largely where he wants to be. He's playing a type of Fidele Hiva hook sometimes, and spinning under. Very tricky guard to pass for these guys. They're not used to playing that flexible guard. He just mopped up. And
he would get kind of not a great hold, but just wouldn't let go.
Yeah.
And I remember I said, don't let go. And you'd say, he doesn't have it tight enough, but he didn't let go and he kept on it. Yeah. And he eventually got it. And those big guys couldn't twist and jump out of it as easy. And then he made it to the semifinals.
Yeah, where he hit
Gordon
Ryan.
That's where he hit Gordon Ryan. So he lost to the winner.
Yeah. He lost to a guy who ultimately... So he had a couple, I think... memory being semi-fuzzy watching a million matches this weekend, but I think he had a couple of attacks on Gordon Ryan's legs. Not as good.
Yeah.
And in Gordon Ryan's leg lock game, you could say it's comparable.
Yeah.
Lachlan's. I mean, if you switch them bodies, would Lachlan tear up Gordon Ryan? Like, Lachlan's small, and he just tore up three giant guys with his leg attack game. That might be he might have the best leg lock game in the world right now. Maybe because Gordon Ryan has a legendary leg lock game as well. Maybe Gordon's above.
Which we didn't see him even attempt in the Absolute. Or in the last.
He might have got one leg lock. No, he didn't do anything in the last fight. He mostly had rear naked chokes.
But I'm talking about in the last fight. He didn't even try it.
So... but it was, when he hit a guy who was a very good leg locker. That nullifies a lot of his game, and I think he ended up getting his back taken. And
that's
once
right.
Gordon Ryan took anyone's back this weekend, it was over.
And I think he got a choke.
Yeah. I asked Gordon Ryan about that. So he had several back attacks where the arm was pinned.
Yes.
And then he got control of the other arm with his free hand, and then he has a free-handed choke. And he said a couple of the guys choked before he actually choked them. Or tapped. You're stuck, and there's no point in continuing, so he mentioned that in the interview.
You noticed that on another one, too.
Yeah. And he said, yes, I wasn't actually quite going to put them to sleep quite yet, and they said, I'm done.
Well, when their hands are tied up and
you're stuck.
They're on their back, they knew, and they didn't.
But even at this level, it's like...
That's true.
It's just crazy.
They already know.
Yeah.
So... Big fan.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Everyone should be a Lachlan Giles fan. Super nice guy. Big smile. And it's fun watching his wife. She was super proud of him.
Yeah, and she was there. She was his coach for...
Yeah, she coached him on all his Absolute matches. I don't remember who coached him during his regular match.
I don't know either.
This is when he showed up. I wanted to joke with him. I wanted to interview him, but I didn't get a chance to chat with him. I chatted with him a little bit during the medal ceremony, and I told him, I said, you deserve that trophy for best fighter. I said, you did the three coolest things here. All three of them. Like, if there are four coolest things, he did three of them. He beat those three guys in the heavyweight division.
Oh.
With a submission.
Yeah.
That shouldn't have happened, and it did. Those are the three coolest things, and he did all of them.
Mm-hmm. And he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, full of smiles. Yeah. He was smiling the day after he lost. He had
a good attitude. I liked that, yeah.
And like I said, I have interviewed him, So go back and check that out. And
That's right.
I'm sure he's a nice guy on that. It's been long enough to where I don't remember the details of it, but I'm impressed. When I interviewed him, I was impressed with that. He's doing jiu-jitsu literally on an island, but also kind of an island away from these massive teams that are cranking out these top athletes. He's able to produce this high level of jiu-jitsu. Anyway.
Anywho, we went on a long
one
tangent
other thing I
about
had
him.
noticed is, and I was telling Lachlan, hey, you deserve the best fighter or some sort of... They had
Yeah.
trophies sitting there.
Yeah,
They didn't give away any of the trophies.
that's dumb.
That's weird. Why do it? Why
They
not?
had a whole table of trophies.
Yeah. They gave away the medals. They gave away the 2 belts. Trophies
That's-
sat there on the table by themselves.
Boo.
Yeah, that's weird.
That was another one of our complaints.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you don't need to have special awards like that. A lot of things do. Like UFC will have Fight of the Night or Submission of the Night.
I think that would have been fun to have because I would have liked for him to get the
I think
trophy.
he would have got Best Fighter or maybe Best Submission.
So, but he ended up getting bronze.
He got bronze in the
Lachlan
absolute
got
division.
bronze
and he
in-
looked
yeah.
ridiculous on that podium anyway.
I know, I
And the
laughed.
guys
You
that
showed
were
me a
on
picture
there-
of it and it was funny.
And the guys that were on there were not as big as the guys get beaten.
Yeah, that's true.
So as frustrating as Garcia is to watch her smash
And-
women, to
yeah.
see a performance like Lachlan is like Jiu-Jitsu won on that one.
Yeah. So I would like to see the girls that competed this year, or, some coming up, go ahead and Lachlan her.
Lachlan.
I'm using him as a
Yeah.
verb now.
You've got to get access to your game quickly, and you've got to put the opponent in a spot where they're not as good at defending. And it was clear that the guys he was leg locking didn't have the answers that even his own weight class had. Like, those guys expected those sort of attacks coming at him. The heavyweights expected a wrestling match.
They were
And-
they were going to try and smash.
Yeah, and they couldn't get past his guard anyway, which was kind of nice.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't give him enough time. 'cause he
So
caught him.
he wasn't the only one that impressed us, though.
That's true.
So you mentioned Nick Rodriguez, and you said that he had gotten his purple belt. How long has he been doing this? 18 months?
Something like that. He said it during the interview that I did with him, and I don't remember.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Now he was one of the guys that liked to get to clinch and then kind of toss a little bit
Yeah.
because he's in one of the
He
bigger.
reminded me of Jared Dopp a couple of times ago, ADCC. And Jared competed this weekend and didn't do great. But, he's got a lot of heart and he's fun to watch. And
With more knowledge, I think he'll be really tough to.
Nicky Rodriguez?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just push the pace, create action. He didn't get any submissions, but he fought super hard, and he was in some very exciting fights, and he definitely won over a lot of fans. Him and Ty was
the
like
16-year-old.
watching, who's this kid who's just doing so great, and at such an elite level.
And also Kennedy.
Yeah, Cabrino Jr. is an easy way to say it.
Oh,
Marcel.
Cabrino Jr.,
Yeah,
He's 22,
22.
I think, but he impressed me,
yeah.
and I think he'll only get better.
Yeah, he's not going to get any worse.
Well, I mean,
Not that he's worse. Yeah, he's only got up to go. Like he could be a favorite next time that this happens.
and man, his
I say he's not getting any worse. Like, he started off bad.
it's not getting any worse. No, he did a really good job. That's it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, and then one of the other ones that impressed me, he's Canadian. I think.
No, Dante Leon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he looks young too.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's young, but he's very fit compared to like Kennedy, who's a light weight individual, and you can tell looking at him I think he can get stronger at this weight class too. Maybe, I don't know. I've never tied up with him, and he'd probably throw me around. He would kick my butt. But looking at Dante looks like a physical specimen, and he is tough as nails. Not that Kennedy was tough too.
Yeah,
But Dante was just like, bring it on type of a guy.
yeah.
And Kennedy, he was very smart, very analytical. Not that I don't want to take anything away from Dante either, but yeah. But yeah, a lot of young athletes doing really good, and then also a lot of the older guys did well too.
Yeah.
So all over the board.
Anyone else you're looking forward to seeing next time?
It just I don't know.
Oh.
I guess I enjoyed the whole overall the experience. We were talking about it. Would we go again? It probably won't be in the United States next time, so probably not. Just too big of a cost and too much of a thing. That's why we want to do it this time. But maybe in the future someday we'd do this again. But I really wanted to do this thing, and we did it.
Yeah.
So it's been on my radar for many, many years. And you even made it through the whole second day.
I did. Okay, because yesterday they had some delightful things at the concession stand, and one did not agree with my stomach. So I may have missed the second half of the day.
Yeah, I don't think you missed that much of it. You missed
No, I didn't.
flowers.
But that was good, but only for a little bit. Anyway,
Yeah.
so you met some fans.
Yeah, that was also a highlight. Just kind of randomly, I'm aware of who most of the fighters are and who the coaches are and that sort of thing. But occasionally somebody would come up to me, "Hey, are you Byron?" Or they would say my name, kind of off to the side and turn my head and then
Or BJJ Brick?
yeah, so that was really nice to meet some people who listen.
Yeah.
I know you guys are out there.
You guys are out
So
there.
anytime I can meet one, definitely I like to make that happen. So if you are in the Wichita area, hit me up with an email, bjjbrick@gmail.com, and train with you. Hopefully. We can maybe
You really
schedule
rattled that off.
bjjbrick@gmail.com.
Yeah, that was a...
That was a little slower. I say it too fast. That's what you're saying. Correct. I think we've covered a lot. This is longer than I thought we'd go. I
Yeah.
think it's about time to call it a night.
Let's call it a night.
Long day, but a good day. And so I don't know where all the replays and stuff would be. I know. So Flow Grappling, I guess, basically owned this event.
Yeah.
As far as rights to video, I took some pictures. And yesterday I was out on the floor, and then today I was basically an audience member with some backstage access to the wall area where I got some good interviews back there. So got that coming for you guys. But till next time, stay sweaty, my friends.
Am I supposed to say
We got some sort of a tagline. Say,
I was not prepared for that.
pretty good tagline.
Oh, gosh.
Thank you for listening. I hope you find the time today to roll. After all, the best way to get better at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.